This episode of Brick City is brought to you by Max. Check out Max Trade Lines to boost your business credit profile. Go to www.makingachangeservices.com/tradelines to get started today.
Hello, people. It's the Real Charlemagne here, back again with Brick City, building rich, intelligent culture, keeping it simple. Be sure to follow me on all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, iPodcast, also on Google Podcast, Spotify, all these good places to view me and listen to my voice. Today, I got a special guest. Knowing this individual virtually all my life, always been a wealth of knowledge since we was younger. She knew about the hot candies on the block. She knew about everything, and this is my cousin, mom that hustle, Ronisha. How you doing?
Doing great, cuz how are you doing?
I am awesome to have you on the platform. So just
Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
yeah, so just give a little backstory of you. And we're gonna discuss real estate today. And just give them a little backstory and tell them how you got into the real estate arena.
So a little bit of background, born and raised in Eastern North Carolina, raised four kids in the area, graduated from Aiden Grifton. But the job market was, interesting, which moved me to Texas, Dallas, Texas for about 8 years. Now I'm back in the area in Greenville. So I'm excited. How I got into real estate, I actually started getting my real estate license in Texas. So that's how I started because the houses in Texas are big and beautiful. And I bought one. I bought a brand new almost 3,000 square foot brick home. And the buying process was so simple and easy. It got me interested in wanting to help others the same way my realtor helped me. So that's how I initially got into it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when I moved back home, I'm like, okay, since I couldn't really get started in Texas, let's get started in Greenville because of COVID and everything that happened in 2020, everything shut down.
Right.
So, but now I'm a fully functioning real estate broker in North Carolina.
Got you. Awesome. And congratulations to you again. I always congratulate you for all your accomplishments because you're always doing something.
I don't know why I'm like that, but I'm always
always doing something. So
always.
a little bit of background, I know you was working at a university here locally for a while.
Yep.
And you left and went to Texas and everything. Um, you discussed the market of employment and things of that nature and how you transition to Texas. As far as the home buying process now, with individuals with the economy being the way it is, how do you still attract those individuals saying, hey, I could afford to buy a home? And who are your target market when you're selling your real estate?
So my target market is anybody who wants to buy a house.
Right.
That's everybody. Or who wants to sell a house.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget the people who want to sell a house.
Right.
But the market is always fluctuating. It's always changing. Sometimes it benefits the buyer. Sometimes it benefits the seller. But there's always a benefit on either side.
Gotcha.
So we or my brokerage and we don't really worry about the state of the economy because it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
We just try to help people get through it so they can, have their dream of home ownership.
Gotcha.
So, of course, we know interest rates are higher than they have been as of 2021. They started rising, but now they're decreasing and we see more activity in these buyer and seller streets.
Right. Now, being here in Eastern North Carolina, I know we have an influx of people. Have you seen an influx of individuals coming from other parts of the country wanting to relocate here in Eastern North Carolina?
Absolutely.
And how's that process been going as far as, them going from they're like, "Oh, I'm in New York. My house is $600,000," and they come down here, get the same square footage and everything for what 300, 400,000,
Yeah.
so how, with those dealing with those customers, trying to make them understand the dynamics of the Southern living. How has that been transitioning, trying to help them transition?
Yeah, that's been interesting because I had a buyer come out of state, come here because of ECU Health, got a role. So a lot of the, bigger companies here, ECU Health,
Hmm.
East Carolina University, they're bringing people into the state, especially into the town of Greenville, city of
Right.
Greenville. But yeah, they have to get used to the style of homes here.
Hmm.
Our style of home is colonial, so
Right.
vinyl siding,
Hmm.
because we have pretty mild weather,
Right.
so we don't need all the brick. It's a nice to have. It's a luxury to have cobblestone and brick on your house.
Right.
So getting them accustomed to our style of homes here,
Hmm.
and also getting them accustomed to where they should live, where they should buy. They want more land. They want more. Even though they're coming out of the larger cities, they're like, I want more land.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't want to be close to my neighbors. So trying to navigate places where they can get an acre or more.
Hmm.
I'm seeing my buyers wanting more custom homes.
Okay.
They want to pick out a lot, they want to build from scratch, or they want new construction. So
Gotcha.
that's what I typically cater to
Okay.
is new construction and custom home building.
Cool.
Yeah.
And the other thing, outside of the siding, a lot of people from up north I know look for basements. Basement is
Yep.
always a topic of discussion. Why don't you guys have basements? Well, and from a real estate standpoint, how do you explain that to them? Why in Eastern North Carolina we don't have basements?
We don't have basements because we are close to the ocean.
Hmm.
We are not far from Atlantic Beach
Hmm.
and from the waters. So we dig too far, we might dig a river. Um, but what we do have, what builders are doing now, and the homes are doing a bonus room.
Hmm.
So that bonus room is supposed to help with that basement. It's a large room away from the bedrooms that you can just hang out in, set up your large TV,
Hmm.
set up your pool table, whatever you want to do in your bonus room. So that's how we tried to answer that issue about the no basements. So
Right, right, right.
that's a good question, though. I get
Yeah,
it.
man. Yeah, I get that a lot. Just
Yeah.
having family from up north. So, your real estate license, are you just licensed in North Carolina or are there any other
Yep.
states?
I'm
Just you?
licensed in North Carolina. However, I can refer to any real estate agent in the country.
Okay. Okay.
So if there's somebody in North Carolina who's interested in moving, I've done it before.
Hmm.
I've referred people to other agents. I'm connected with a lot of different agents across the country. So Texas, Virginia, South Carolina, Atlanta, I mean, everywhere. So,
Gotcha.
you know.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
with the process now, like you said, with the interest rates going up, I was look, I was telling my kids because I purchased my home in the end of 2020.
Hmm.
Doing the and they were like dirt cheap rates. And
Yeah.
me being a veteran,
What?
it allowed
3%? Yeah, or
yeah,
less.
or less, right, or
Or
less.
less.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
I got the less, so I was
And then
fortunate.
you got the less.
And but I was explaining to my kids now. I was like, I said, even what because I bought my house a little bit under market at the time because the way the economy was rolling, everybody was looking to upgrade at that moment. So it was like they trying to short sale and go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
could get that 4 or 5, thousand square foot home and for the decent price. So I was like with the interest rates going up, I was like, I don't know if I could even manage this home that I have now with the price then. So when you see individuals with how do you do the cost analysis to help them fit and find the perfect home to fit their budget as well?
Yeah.
Because
That's
what,
key.
yeah, because like
That's
I said,
key.
my home now, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't live in this neighborhood now. 4 years later, so my budget, my money looks a lot different now, you know. So how do you do the analysis and analyze your customer and say, hey, we might need to go here versus here without it being insulting to
Yeah, that's a good question. You are asking some good questions.
the
Like you are Dan Rather of real estate. I would say, yeah, that's a big part. The interest rate is a big part in what you're going to pay, how much money you're going to have to buy
Mhm,
whatever home. The interest rate is not rising right now. It's stabilized and it's actually going down a little lower. It's about
mhm.
6.5.
Okay.
It wasn't 6.5. Now we've been using to the threes and the less than the threes. That's not normal.
Right.
On average, it's been 6, 7, 8
Right.
on average. So we
Mhm.
were just in a period where
Yeah.
the economy was just doing great and they could
And I
lower.
appreciate that period.
I do too. I bought this home during that period. I bought my first home during that period, so
Yeah.
I understand it.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Um, but what we try to do is what you exactly said. It was to try to get people to stay within their budget. I work
Mhm,
with an amazing lender. She's going to be with me at my brunch, my Women's History brunch on
mhm.
March 30th.
Okay.
She's going to be there on the spot, talking to people about their financial situation, giving them information about what they can afford. She's going to be telling them about what they need to do, next steps.
Mhm,
She is my right hand person
mhm.
in handling my clients in terms of financial aspect
Okay.
of their real estate purchase. So she's great. She's personable and she will take care of that piece for everybody.
Gotcha. And
Yep.
it's a very intricate piece because
It's an
you don't want to,
important piece.
yeah, you don't want to be in your home for 6 months. Unfortunately, sometimes people tax season, they put a huge down payment on a car. 4 to 6 months later, that car is gone because they
Yeah.
can't afford those payments.
Yeah, we can't do that
You
because
can't
a
do that with the
house is
home.
not a
Yeah,
car. Yeah, a house
exactly.
is not a car.
Hmm.
But what they can do is set their expectations differently.
Hmm.
So a purchase of a house is an investment.
Right.
And if you look at it from that standpoint, maybe your first house is not going to be your dream home. It could
Hmm.
be the home to get you started in the learning the process, getting you some equity, getting
Hmm.
you some cash on hand from your house if you need it. And then
Hmm.
as you grow, as the economy changes, maybe we'll get back to lower interest rates. I have a trick that I use though for my clients to get them lower interest rates.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
lot of different tricks so we
Look,
can
so
get
so
them
that'll
down.
be so that'll be kind of
That'll be
detailed on
just
March 30th, right?
That'll be discussed more on
March
March
30th.
30th. Your girl has some tips and tricks to get you a lower interest rate, usually a
Okay.
point and a half lower than what is outlined right now, what most banks can do for you. I
Okay.
have a way to get you some lower interest rate points.
Look,
So,
hey, people, look, if you guys could attend, that's March 30th in Greenville, North Carolina, correct?
yeah,
What?
11 o'clock, starting at 11 o'clock, we're going to
Hmm.
feed you physically and feed you mentally with good information about purchasing a house.
And what's the address?
The address that's a good question. It's United Real Estate, East Carolina office, United Real Estate. We'll put it in the details under the video.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
And a link to sign up. Can I
okay.
share that too?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got you. We got you.
Okay.
Hey, look, so flip side of that, investment properties right now.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Would an individual say, hey, I'm looking to invest in a multifamily home? Would it be good advantageous for them to come to your event as well for investment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I have a couple of investor clients
Hmm.
looking for duplexes, multifamily homes, commercial real estate, all the things. So again, my lender is going to give you all the information you need to
Hmm.
make sure you can get your purchase done.
So since you
So,
brought it up, commercial real estate, how's the commercial real estate market? Because a lot of people transition to working from their homes now. So is it up, down, in between? How's the commercial real estate right now?
It just depends on what type of business it is,
Mm-hmm.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see there are a lot of storefronts that are empty.
Mm-hmm.
People are working from their home, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
trying to save money and trying to keep their costs down. So it really depends on what you are trying to start.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly the larger companies, the multi-million dollar companies are not phased.
Got you.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
they're not phased. The restaurants aren't phased.
Mm-hmm.
The larger companies. The smaller ones, are a little bit phased because they're expensive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now we see commercial buildings being very, very expensive.
Got you.
So, and then also the terms of
Mm-hmm.
commercial real estate is completely different from residential. You already know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would just say, yeah, it depends on the business type.
Mm-hmm.
But buildings are still being built and sold in commercial.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, somebody has some money.
Somebody got some money. I say that all the time.
Somebody got money. Somebody has
I
money.
took my godson to school this morning, and I was coming down Regency Boulevard, and I was like, they're
Mm-hmm.
logging this out. I was like, they about to build something over here, and it's like where we live there, Greenville. Is like it's like I don't go to that side of town. It's like you be like, and then you
Mm-hmm.
go over there. It's been months since you gone over there. And then you like, where did that come from? And it's been like that, last several years. Um, with that being said, had with people selling homes, because when you think of real estate, most people think of real estate as buying. You know what I mean?
Right.
They
They do.
rarely think of selling.
Right.
You're being the agent to sell the home as well. So
Yeah.
how's that? Have people been leaving this area trying to go further out? Or have you seen what trends have you seen in the real estate market as far as selling?
Usually with sellers, they want something bigger and better.
Okay, okay.
So again, they started off in a home.
Hmm.
Maybe they're empty nesters now. They don't need 4 bedrooms
Hmm.
and 3.5 baths and upstairs.
Hmm.
They're aging. They want a one level
Hmm.
ranch.
Okay.
So usually with sellers, it's a lifestyle change.
Got you.
And that's why they want to sell something. So
Hmm.
I know for me, I sold my house in Texas, moved
Hmm.
back to North Carolina. This is what I'm telling you about investment.
Hmm.
Right now, that house is worth $700,000
Okay.
in that area. I bought it for 410.
Wow.
It appreciated almost $300,000.
Wow.
Crazy.
That is.
I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have sold, but I
So the
had to come back.
soda.
But that's what I'm saying about real estate. Real
Yeah.
estate is not like buying a car, like you
Right.
mentioned.
Right.
Real estate is about buying property.
Hmm.
It always appreciates. Now, how much it appreciates will depend on the economy. The
Right.
market determines how much,
Hmm.
but it always appreciates. So you always get a surplus on your real estate when you're ready to sell it.
Hmm.
I can tell you what I got. I know when I sold my house, um, paid off my loan, I know I walked away with thousands of dollars.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's why I appreciate real estate. I really do. I
Right.
appreciate as real estate appreciates.
Right. You appreciate it too, right?
I appreciate it too.
Look, and your kids and your pockets appreciate
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So, and this is what people need to know about real
Mhm.
estate. It's not like buying clothes or a car. That
Right.
as soon as you drive your car off the lot, it's going to depreciate. It's not going
Mhm.
to be worth what you pay for. Real estate is never that case. It's
Right.
always worth more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even in a bad economy, it doesn't even matter what the economy is.
Hmm.
Sometimes, though, you might have to wait for it
Right.
until things settle, but
Right.
it always gives you more value than what you purchase it for.
Gotcha.
And what happens is when you buy your first home, maybe it's a townhouse, maybe
Hmm.
it's a 250,000 townhouse. You put some improvements in it, you lived in it, you're ready to move to that next house. Now you have enough money in this new house or the older house to buy your
Hmm.
new house.
Mm.
So maybe your townhouse appreciates 80 grand.
Right.
That gives you more money to buy another house. And that's what I
Hmm.
see a lot. People just, you know, sell their homes to get bigger and better.
Got you. Got you.
bigger and better, or change, lifestyle change.
Okay. That sounds good. I like because I get letters in the mail all the time. Someone trying to purchase my home, and I'm like, no.
You like, I
Go away,
know.
Satan. Go away, Satan.
You know,
Because
I love my
I
house
said,
too.
yeah,
I just love, and I know you do too.
yeah,
I just love being a homeowner.
right, right.
I come in my house, I do what I want to. I mean, I'm grilling, I'm enjoying my
Uh,
house. Nobody can tell me what
right.
to do with my house.
Yeah,
I just enjoy being a homeowner.
yeah, and I enjoy it as well, and just but living in a decent neighborhood makes a world of difference as well. I have my neighbors are. I think I have some of the best neighbors in the world because they.
Yep, including me. I'm your neighbor.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like everybody's kind of like, hey, if you need me, I'm around, but you won't ever see them, but they're there when you need them.
Right, right. But when they're there when you need
When you
them,
need them,
like
right? Yeah, they're there
when
when you
I'm
need
out of town, my neighbor will take my trash
them.
to the front of the road.
Yeah,
Like, and or something, the wind, it's windy out
yeah,
here, and the cover off my grill flies off. She'll go
yeah.
pick it up. It's like, oh, text me, oh, I got your grill cover.
Right. And,
You
that's a
know,
beautiful thing. Same thing with
that's
my
the thing
neighbors.
about home ownership, having neighbors that
Yeah,
they care about their home and they
right.
care about their environment. It's
Exactly.
very different from apartment living,
Right.
rental living, where people are just in and out
Hmm.
for whatever reasons. People in a home, they want to be there. They chose the home.
Right.
They have a connection to
Hmm.
the community and to the home, and it makes a
Hmm.
difference.
Got you. Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it does break right now. Let's get your information out to the listening audience. So share your business line and your email, and if you have any social media that you want to share, go ahead and do that now so that we go ahead and get that out of the way. But I'm gonna come back to it later on.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Ronisha Shead on all platforms. Ronisha Shead on all platforms, Instagram, Facebook. On Facebook, yep, Ronisha Shead Realtor. On Instagram, Ronisha Shead Realtor. My motto is turning dreams into addresses.
All right now. All
Okay,
right.
so yeah, work out of United Real Estate East Carolina,
Okay.
in Greenville off of Arlington.
Okay.
That's where the event will be held on March 30th at 11 o'clock. There's going to be many more. The only thing I want to stress with this event, we're only allowing 15 people to
Okay.
join us because we want to give that hands-on coaching, home
Hmm.
ownership coaching.
Okay.
And we want to make sure that they know exactly what they need to do because each real estate transaction is so unique
Hmm.
to the individual. You know that
Yeah. Exactly.
you being a veteran,
Right.
different things apply to you
Yeah. Yeah.
than
Yeah.
what would apply to somebody else who's not a veteran.
Right. And
You know,
and look,
mm-hmm.
and
Y'all better
it's funny.
get you a veteran. Get you a veteran.
But you know what? It's funny you say that because it's so many veterans, unfortunately, which is a sad thing. They don't understand the benefits that they have to purchase
Yeah.
homes. I know so the individual, he purchased a home when interest rates were low and all this other stuff, but he came up out of his pocket with about between 20 and $30,000
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't use his VA loan. He was like, I just thought that because I
Oh
said, dude,
no.
I
You
said
know
that
what?
they raised the. He was like, well, I didn't know. I said, dude, you gotta research things and stop listening to these word on the street people. You know what I'm saying? And do the research for yourself sometimes.
Say I'm going to disagree with you because what he needed a real estate agent.
He did, and they didn't tell him.
He needed a broker. He
Look,
needed somebody like
he
me.
but he
I'm
look, and
gonna
he thought a person
immediately.
with his friend too. And I'm like, who needs
Oh
friends like
no,
that? Not gonna save you no money.
no, no, no. That's what I do, and these are some tips and tricks that I do.
Hmm.
I know a few things where you can get a home without a down payment.
Hmm.
We're gonna talk about it at the brunch,
Okay.
March 30th. We're
Yeah.
gonna talk about ways that you don't have to be a veteran and you can get zero down payment.
Right.
10,000 in closing costs,
Hmm.
which is helpful. When and you, I mean, it's a great thing, and I know you probably have experienced this, where you can come to the signing table to sign for your house and leave, and you don't have to give any money. You don't have to pay anything. That's a beautiful, beautiful
Yeah,
thing where you don't have a down payment to pay. The
yeah,
closing costs are taken care of, and you just get the keys to your house and you move in.
yeah.
So we have some tips and tricks to share on what to help people who are, maybe not as financially secure as they want to be, but they
Right.
are qualified in terms of their credit
hmm
is decent
Right.
and they want to be in a home and they know they want to be in a home. They can
hmm
afford the mortgage. We
hmm
can get them in a house, period. So,
Sounds good.
mhm.
So the goal of the brunch. So what's the ultimate goal of the brunch?
The goal of the brunch is to give everybody an individualized home buying coaching. So we're going to sit with everybody, talk with everybody, and talk about their specific situation so
hmm
that they can walk out knowing exactly what they need to do for next steps. That's why we're only opening up the brunch for 15 people who can
Okay.
come in. If it's over 15, that's it. We'll just do another one. But we
Gotcha.
only accepting 15 spots, and I believe most of them are gone. There might be a few, one or
hmm
two or three left.
hmm
I need to check,
Okay.
but that's what we're doing. That we're
Gotcha.
home buying coaching.
Gotcha. And
Mm-hmm.
and I'll make sure I add your link and everything to the description so people
Thank
can click
you.
on it and check you guys out because like I said, I tell people all the time it's a home ownership is not for the faint of heart. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
You gotta be
not.
ready. You gotta be ready mentally because you got I mean, people some people, they don't understand everything that comes along with the home because they used to live in an apartment and they just call the maintenance man and say, hey, this going out. Home ownership, you don't have that privilege. I mean, it's warranties, it's other things, insurances. However,
Mm-hmm.
just being able to pick the phone up and call the maintenance man, no, that's
That's
about
why you work with me.
it.
You work with me, and if you buy a brand new home,
Mhm.
you already got a 10-year warranty.
Right.
So, period, I'm going to make sure that they get a 10-year warranty. They
Mhm.
buy a home that's been lived in before, we're going to negotiate some warranties
Right.
so that if anything goes out, you know, they're going to be replaced
Right.
so that it can be secure at least in the first year to 5 years of
Right.
living in their home. They don't have any major issues with the home. I'm going to have somebody come out and inspect the home.
Mhm.
He's been in the home inspection business for probably longer than I've been alive, born.
Wow.
He's a great guy outside
Okay.
of Raleigh that I use to inspect all my homes
Mhm.
when we go under contract. So I cover all those bases. I treat my clients like I would treat myself.
Right. Right.
And I work for them and I make sure that everything is dotted and crossed
Mhm.
so that there are no issues when they sign that contract.
Got you.
Yep.
And so I know you mentioned the PPP. So explain the PPP to the people.
Oh my wow. What was that? What was I saying about the
Purpose,
PPP?
the people purpose. What was it? People purpose. The purpose. We was talking about the purpose of it. But like you said, it was a good acronym. You done
It
dropped the
was
ball
it
already.
was a good acronym. Um,
And look, we dropped the ball on it. We should have wrote it
yeah,
down, but it was
I should have written it down.
but it was a good acronym because I think it was purchase and people purchase
Yeah.
and purchase and something.
It was purchasing. I can't remember now. I
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
write. I need to
But
find out.
that was a good one though. I had to bring that
Yeah, it
one.
was a good one.
You
It
need to market
was.
that. You need to market that and
I
make
need
sure
to
people back
remember
out.
it.
Yeah.
I've had brain surgery. I don't remember
Yeah.
everything.
And look, and my memory would be like, what happened?
Well, it was purchasing. Purchasing was definitely in it.
Yeah.
Preparing
Yeah, for purpose. For
something
purchase.
purchasing.
Yeah.
Prepared something purchasing.
But look, we're not talking about PPP loans, so
Not
look, get
PPP
out of your
loans.
head.
That's what I was saying.
Look,
It's
get out of
not
your
PPP
head.
loans. It's a good
It's a good
PPP.
acronym away from that. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to remember that one. So,
yeah.
but yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, we're just gonna that's our goal too. We're just gonna prepare people,
mhm.
prepare, plan, and purchase.
That's it, right? You just
Yeah,
said it.
prepare,
Prepare,
plan.
plan, and purchase.
Why didn't I
Boom.
just know that?
Boom. See people. See how things happen organically, right?
What is God?
Yeah.
I'm very spiritual, so
Yeah. Just do it.
prepare, plan, and purchase.
Yep. Write it down so you don't forget it. You know,
That's it.
at our
Okay.
age, you know how at our age,
What?
we got to start writing stuff
Yeah,
down. I
I
got
gotta write
paper, I got
everything down.
notes everywhere now.
Prepare, plan, and purchase. And that's what we're gonna be doing.
Yeah.
This first one, we're gonna be preparing you. Then the next one, we're
Mhm.
gonna plan with you, and then the
Mhm.
next one, you're gonna purchase your house.
Right. That's
And
it.
we talked about that. Now it's coming to me, the 3 stages of home ownership.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna talk about it and walk through it. If you come to the brunch, you're gonna get all the 3 P's. You're gonna get the first P. Keep coming back for the other
For the
P's.
other P. And look, so sidebar. What's the wildest purchase you ever had? Like as far as and I can't go into detail because I don't want the person to feel
Mm-hmm.
some type of way. But what
Yeah.
was the wildest thing, someone asked for in a home or just in the buying process, you was like, are you serious right now?
Okay. I can talk about this one.
Okay.
Because it was when I first started.
Hmm.
I drove. I mean, I'm licensed in all of North Carolina.
Right.
So I think one thing about people that don't know about North Carolina brokers, we're real estate brokers.
Hmm.
We're not real estate agents.
Hmm.
They give us so much information and we pass this hard test
Hmm.
where we actually come out brokers. I can actually literally start my firm right now
Right.
if I want.
Okay.
So what I did was I drove out to past Durham in Grantham County
Hmm.
somewhere, and this guy wanted to buy a trailer.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I'll show it to you.
Hmm.
Way out. This is my first showing, my
Hmm.
first transaction with a person. I'm like, okay, yeah. And what he wanted, he didn't want the trailer. He wanted to live in the trailer and build a house behind the trailer. I was like, what? So you don't want the trailer? No, I don't want it. I want to build a house behind it. I want to buy it and start building behind it. No, you can't do that. You can't buy something and start building another like occupancy behind it. You
Hmm.
can't do that. There are permits that you have to
Hmm.
pull. There's permissions you have to get. It was in a subdivision. Believe it or not, the trailer was in a subdivision. It was a single
Wow.
wide home
Uh-huh.
in a subdivision in Grantham County. And
Wow.
they denied him. It didn't go through. He was an all cash buyer, but he was.
Wow.
But that's outrageous. I mean, you can't do that. There are laws and
So
things.
he, so basically, he just wanted to thought he could just build
He thought he
without
could just
anything,
build.
without
Yes,
any.
because
Wow.
he built. He was a builder. But he was a new builder. He thought he could just start
Oh,
building a house behind. Oh, I'm gonna live in a trailer. I'm just gonna build behind it. No, you can't do that.
wow.
You can't do that. You can't have two dwellings on one lot. You have to get them
Hmm.
separated. You
Hmm.
have to go through like the county to get all that permitted, approved. You
Right.
have to get land a survey to come back out, survey the land to see if you're
But
even
he's
able
thinking
to
about the
do that.
old days.
I'm like, you did not just have me drive out here for 2.5 hours so you can just tell me
Wow.
this. Why you tell me this on the phone? So I would have told you, no, sir, you can't
Mm.
do that.
Wow.
But yeah, I've showed somebody over 30 houses
Mm. And,
once.
and nobody and nothing.
Yeah,
They end up purchasing?
yeah, but
Okay, but it took 30 homes.
I need and see, I was a different buyer. I knew exactly what I wanted. I
Hmm.
went in, I showed my real estate agent what I wanted,
Hmm.
and I'm like, I want that.
Right.
And I find a lot of people that they're just indecisive about what they want.
Got you.
So that's what I typically run into
Hmm.
because there's not a lot out here.
No, not
And
now. I
there's
learned that
not
when I was buying.
no that what you bought and what I bought, that's kind of long gone at this
Yeah,
point.
right.
But not that it's long gone. It's just different. It's just
Yeah,
different.
about $200,000 different.
And that's why I said home buying, that part. So that's why my home buying coaching
Right.
is important.
Hmm.
That's what we're doing, home buying coaching, March 30th. So you can kind of know specifically what you can do
Right, right, right.
and
Now,
what your tastes are. We're going to narrow down what's in the area,
mhm,
what you can afford. What will that look like? And again, it's an investment. You don't have to keep your house forever.
right,
The average person sells their house before 10 years
right,
on
right.
average.
Wow.
It's rare these days that somebody buys one house and keeps it for 30 years. It doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen
Like I
anymore.
was about to say, no, I don't know nobody, but other than my grandma, she been there about 40 years, but
That's different. We're talking about the boomers did it. The
yeah, yeah, yeah.
boomers
The
did
Bomas
it.
did, yeah.
The boomers did it. But we're talking about,
But
Gen X,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
millennials.
And
They're purchasing homes for investments. They're
yeah,
turning in their first home into an investment property,
hmm,
and then they're buying their second home.
right.
You
Now,
know?
I was speaking to someone today about a job, and they was talking about working for the state. And I was like, nobody's staying nowhere 20, 30 years anymore, unless you're in the military. And that's a big maybe as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 20, 30 years at a job? Nah.
Nobody's doing that.
Nah, no.
And
Yeah, I
nobody's
think
staying in the house
that's
for more
obsolete.
than 5. Yeah.
That's obsolete.
It's obsolete. Unless you have kids in school, there's a
Yeah.
specific reason why you're staying in the area.
Yeah.
But typically it's an investment. I'm
Hmm.
gonna rent this out and I'm gonna move on to something else and get this
Right.
passive income.
Exactly.
Or just have a property that pays my mortgage and I have it for my kids when they graduate
Boom.
college.
Exactly.
I
That,
mean,
yeah. So a lot of different ways to maneuver.
that's the real thing about real estate.
Right.
For real.
Right. 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 Now, with your event, you said 15 spots, and then it's going to be in Greenville. So, how often are you guys going to have these type of events? Um, Depending on the turnout of this one, how often are you going to do it
Yeah,
after this one?
we'll do it as often as we can.
Okay.
You know, I don't want to, maybe quarterly, maybe once every other month.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but in the meantime, I'll still be sharing things on social media on my Instagram page. I'll be
Hmm.
sharing stuff on my um Facebook page.
Okay.
I just showed $1 million house in Winterville.
Okay.
Can you believe there are $1 million homes out here?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just
There's
showed a
probably like
one
two around the
million.
corner from us.
Right. I showed a $1 million home. I was excited about that. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
a beautiful house. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that even gave me some vision. Like, wow, okay,
Right.
nice.
Right. 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 Right.
That's what
Yeah.
I like about my job. I like that I can go into any house. I have access to any house on the
Hmm.
MLS. I can go in, look at them, show people houses. But before I show a house, I get a pre-approval. You have to be pre-approved before I can
Hmm.
show you a home because I can't show you stuff that you can't afford.
Right.
That's my only disclaimer and
Hmm. Hmm.
the only caveat. We go through the
Right.
pre-approval. You don't have to be pre-qualified. Those are different. You
Okay.
just have to be
Explain those
pre-approved.
two. Explain those two because some people don't understand that. Explain that too real quick.
So pre-approval is just, it's simple. It
Hmm.
takes 5 to 10 minutes. You share your information. It's not a deep dive.
Hmm.
It's a surface level approval. They're just going to check your credit score, your income,
Hmm.
look at your debt ratio, and from those things, figure out, okay, they're a good candidate.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, here's a pre-approval. This is what we think you can afford. Just
Got you.
surface level.
Hmm.
It's like a first date.
Okay. Right. Right.
You
Right.
looking over him. Oh, he got a beard. He work out.
Hmm.
You just checking a few things.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm talking about you.
Right. Oh, you a mess.
But and then the pre-qualification is deeper. You
Hmm.
know, if it's a date scenario, what are your values? How many kids do you
Hmm.
want?
Hmm.
We're
Hmm.
going into, your work. Where do you work? How long have you
Hmm.
been there?
Hmm.
You know, actually, they're going to verify a
Hmm.
bit more. So
Gotcha.
qualification, they're verifying what you said. They're
Hmm.
asking more questions about this or that. You know, they saw something on your credit, what happened here.
Okay.
They're just taking a deeper dive.
Gotcha.
So to look at houses, you only need to get a pre-approval.
Hmm.
To get ready for your loan, though, and get a loan secured, you have to be pre-qualified.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So, and
Okay.
pre-qualified is like, hey, you can start picking out houses,
Hmm.
basically.
Hmm.
You have a lender that's pre-qualified you. You can literally take that pre-qualification and just
Hmm.
write your contract to a new house.
And,
Mm-hmm.
and with my lender at the time, they was like, "Well, we could give you more. We could give you more. I don't want more. I want this price."
I know. See, I'm like
And
that. I'm like that.
they was like, "Well, we could get no, no.
Mm-mm.
This is what I
No,
want.
I want this.
I
I
don't
know
want to
what
go
you
above
gave
this."
me.
Right.
That's how I am
I
too.
said,
Some
"Look,
people, some people want it all, so I get it.
no, not me." I was
Some,
like, "Mm-mm, I'm good."
some people want it all, but yeah, you definitely want to live within your means and what you can
Yeah,
afford.
yeah,
Once
yeah.
they see that mortgage payment, and don't
Hmm.
forget that mortgage is going to come with your insurance, private mortgage insurance. It's going to come with your HOA if you have an
Hmm.
HOA wherever you live. It's going to come with your taxes.
Hmm.
So
That just
all
went
that
up for us.
combined, interest, all that combined into your payment. So you got to be smart about that.
Look, because my lender almost got some choice words for them a couple of months ago because I was like, "Why am I getting charged extra?" And then it was like, "Oh, well, your property tax is going up in your county and city."
Yeah, I heard that.
I was like,
Mine didn't go up.
"Are you serious?" And I
My,
was like, "Man, I mean,
I,
it wasn't significant, like,
yeah, it's not.
but
Mhm.
it was enough for me to notice." You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah,
what are y'all doing? What's going on?" Because I thought
yeah.
it was a late payment. Um, at
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because it wasn't that significant, but it was
Hmm.
just the fact. I was like, I'm never late, you know. So I'm like, what is this? And then they explain, my taxes going up a little bit. So
I see. Yeah,
I was like, oh,
everybody's
it's all
did.
good. I was like, it's all
Everybody's
good.
did. But
Yeah.
yours went up. I don't think mine went up.
Okay. Okay.
I haven't received
Because that,
anything.
yeah. Well, be on the lookout.
It's coming then. I know
It's
if
coming.
yours went up, mine's coming.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
it was. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but
Yeah,
it
it's
was
not
just
that
enough.
much.
This is just enough to know, hey, it happened. But
But guess what? It's better than your rent. Guess
right,
what? Your rent is guaranteed to go up every year.
right,
And it's always going to be more than $50. Like I
right.
think on average, people their taxes have gone up maybe $50 a month
Hmm.
extra. But you
Hmm.
best believe your rent's going up.
Yeah,
I'd rather my taxes go up than my rent go up $100 a month.
exactly.
1,300. I mean, what do they do? 130 a month, 150 a month,
Whatever they feel like
whatever they feel like.
at that
And
moment.
again,
Yeah,
this is
what's the
money
going
that you're
rate?
just giving to people
Yeah,
when you can be using that money for your mortgage,
exactly,
putting
exactly.
your house on your taxes, trying to get some interest back and all those
Right.
other things.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's cool, fam.
yeah.
Like I said, tell us a little bit more about your event, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all don't miss it. It's going to be great. We're going to have chicken. We're going to have waffles. We're going to have, mimosas. We're going
Uh-oh.
to have everything. We're going to feed your body and we're going to feed your mental with
Mhm.
all the education that we're going to share, tips and tricks to get a home. We're going to do a lot of home buying coaching, individually personalized coaching to help people know exactly what stage they are in the home buying process. Okay, there's the PPP, 3 stages: prepare, plan, purchase,
All
or
right.
plan,
And
purchase, prepare.
gonna be March 30th at 11 a.m., correct?
Yeah, at
Gotcha.
United Real Estate, East Carolina,
Okay.
home office. Everything will be below the video. The link to sign up will give you the address location.
Gotcha.
So 15 spots. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Appreciate you. Now, before you go, you got to drop a nugget or give some of your personal advice to an individual that's on the fence, Like, hey, you know what? I'm cool living in this apartment. I'm comfortable here, and I'm just comfortable. I don't want to make that investment of and responsibility of home ownership. What would you tell that individual?
That's a good question. Somebody who's not ready, who's not comfortable, I would say, why not?
Hmm.
Why not? Why aren't you ready? You're
Hmm.
spending money on property that you don't own. Why wouldn't you be ready?
Hmm.
Um, would you, go to work and not get paid? That's how I feel.
Right.
Why stay in a house that you don't own?
Hmm.
It's the same, to me, it's the same thing.
Right.
So start somewhere, get
Hmm.
something that you're going to enjoy. And you tell me, Charlemagne,
Hmm.
when you purchase a home, it's almost like something comes over you. It's such a sense of pride. It's a mindset thing that
Hmm.
changes
Oh
when
yeah,
you
yeah.
purchase your own home.
Right. Right.
It is. It's a mindset.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not trying to make people buy homes.
Right.
I'm not trying to make people be smart,
Right.
but
It's
I'm
hard.
just trying to help the smart people who identify that that's where they're ready, to
Hmm.
go. I'm here to help them on
Right.
that path because
Got you.
it's not a straight path all the
Mm-mm.
time.
Hmm.
There's some turns and some highs and lows
Hmm.
to get to what you want, but it's like any journey,
Right.
weight
Right.
loss journey.
Yeah.
Once you get to the end, you're happy. Any journey,
Oh yeah.
putting a kid, raising a kid, that's a
Hmm.
journey.
It's a journey.
Home ownership is a journey,
Yeah.
and it has some good benefits. A lot of pros, few cons, but a lot of pros.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I
That's just
appreciate
what it
that.
is.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm telling you, I'm calling you Dan Rather, man. Feel like I'm on 60 Minutes.
Wow. Wow. I appreciate that.
You got
Uh,
it. I'm just saying, you coming with the questions.
you a mess. You a mess.
Oh
Hey, look.
man,
So I did this.
Charlemagne Rathers.
Look, I did this event for the NAACP a few months ago,
Hmm.
and those people's like, "Yo, I need your questions before the event because I need to be prepared." so,
I see.
I
You
emailed them a
asking?
list of questions before. So yeah, so
Wow,
we discussed the growth of Pitt County and
man.
home ownership.
You need to be on WITN.
You a
I
mess.
mean,
You
you
a
need to be
mess.
on WNCT. I
And
think you
look,
in the wrong
when you
field.
have kids, you got to be able to ask these questions because you be like, "Where
That's
you
true.
been?"
That's true.
and get them to pull it out of
I,
them.
I mean, broadcasting is your thing. I'm just
Yeah,
saying. Okay,
yeah.
just call it like you see it.
Right,
I
right.
mean, I
But
can
look,
see you on CBS Morning beside Gail
oh look,
with your
no,
coffee cup.
no,
I'm
you a mess. But drinking some tea or something.
serious. I'm
But
serious. You
yeah,
better look, apply. Tell them about Brick City. And
yeah, I will, I will. But I
Brick City is
appreciate
the
it.
real.
It's the real.
Guess
It's
what?
it.
It's the real. It's the
It's the
real
real.
Charlemagne. It's the real.
That's it.
I'm
That's who. That's
saying.
you a mess, fam. But look, I appreciate you coming on and sharing the knowledge with these people, and look forward to your event. Hope it, much success. I hope everything goes well, and much
Thank you.
success to you in this real estate market. 'Cause like I said, it's the land is not being produced. So you're running out of space. So this is a dog eat dog market out there.
It's an interesting market, but we got a
Yeah.
lot of new builders. We got the Texas builder, D.R. Horton from
Hmm.
Texas, one of the
Hmm.
largest
Yeah.
home builders, the one who built this home I'm in right now.
Okay.
Um, they're out here killing it,
Right.
opening up new communities in Ayden,
Hmm.
Winterville, Greenville, Grimesland, Washington, New Bern, Kinston. When
Wow.
has Kinston ever had a new subdivision?
It's been some years.
What?
It's been some
I
years,
mean,
but
there's not a lack of
mhm.
new homes being built,
Okay.
but they go very quickly,
Got you.
and
Okay.
that's the thing. Yeah, but I think the next home, every cornfield, I think they're gonna be giving them up.
Yeah, yeah.
Cornfield, tobacco
Tobacco
field.
fields, yeah.
cotton,
Cotton
all
field,
on.
cotton, watermelon field.
They're getting
Oh,
up out of here and they're buying everything they can get their hands on.
look, nothing against the contractors, and I'm not going to
Right.
disclose. I'm not going to disclose the location, but someone built a subdivision on the pig pen. I remember the pig pen used to
Mhm.
be there, and I was like, they built a subdivision on the pig pen,
And they don't even know. The
and they
people
don't
don't
even
even
know,
know.
don't even know. And I was like, I rolled
But
through
when it
there one day, and
rains,
look, I was like, "Ooh, y'all." On a, it used to be rough on a rough day,
you had to
coming
tell
through there.
me. You had to
Look,
tell me.
yeah, but yeah, I don't want to disclose that because I don't want to turn nobody, nobody
Yeah,
home. But yeah, man, I was like, they building homes everywhere.
everywhere. And you know what? That's not a disclosure, just some
Hmm.
real estate. That's not something. If I knew that as a real estate
Hmm.
broker, I would tell my buyer because I'm looking
Right,
out for people.
right.
That's not something we have to disclose.
Okay, okay, okay.
You know, that, oh, a pig's roaming this, because
Look,
it wouldn't bring any
we'll
harm.
talk about that offline. But
Right. It wouldn't bring any harm to them, but it's a nice to know. And
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I share as much as I can
That's
with people
awesome.
that I work with. I
And
just research and I try to find out everything.
yeah, it's good to have individuals like yourself because
Yeah, it's
the
a
more
value.
transparent you are,
Yeah.
the better off, everything will go in the long run.
Yeah, I'm not and I've been around some people, I'm not gonna, that
Right.
they just want to sell and get people in the
Hmm.
house and move on to the next transaction.
Right.
I don't do that because I want people happy and I want people to be able to refer me because of what I did for them
Right. And plus, you
years
want
to
to sleep
come.
at night. You want to sleep at night and
That
not have
part,
and not
right?
have it on your conscience.
Exactly. I mean, it's not. This is not a car salesman world
Right.
here that we're
Right.
living in. We're living in people's lives,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
I'm gonna. If I see a crack in the foundation, I'm like, no, you're not. Don't buy this house. If I
Hmm.
see there's mold, I suggest you don't buy this house unless you get somebody to come out and see what this mold is or what
Right.
this is.
Right.
That's how I operate.
Got you.
Seriously, because
Got you.
I want people to be happy, safe in their
Hmm.
homes,
Right.
and refer me. Refer
Well,
Ronisha.
yeah, well, that's good, fam. But anyway, people, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the fans out there listening to me. And don't forget to follow me on all platforms. And till next time, I appreciate each and every one of you. And it's the Real Charlemagne signing off. Peace.
Peace.